practice. We have a baby tiger, bears, snakes, a fox, a monkey, all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we have a different variety of books, okay? So everybody's gonna get kind of like a different book and y'all can share and trade and...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually Joe Exotic from the GW Zoo, just up the road in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. And what we do is we rescue and save animals from all over the world that need a place to come because people can't take care of them anymore, or zoos closed down, sanctuaries closed down. And we brought you a huge surprise. First animal we're going to bring out is native to Oklahoma, boys and girls. It is a black bear. Nope, you're fine. Okay, if you'll hold your thumb up in the air, when bears are born, that's how big they are, okay? Bears are born while the mother's in hibernation. She doesn't even know she gives birth to babies, okay? Until actually she wakes up from hibernation and boom, there's 3 or 4 little baby bears. Okay, so they're about 8 weeks old before they even open their eyes. They're born the size of a newborn rat, okay? And that's how little they are. Now the cool thing about these bears are they're native to the United States and they're native to Oklahoma. And black bears come in 16 different colors. Okay, they're white, they're gray, they're black, they're brown, they're spotted, they're cream colored. There's 16 variations of black bears, but they're all classified as black bears. Okay, then we have a red fox. We're going to do the native animals first, native to Oklahoma, that you might even see around Camp Goddard here in the Arbuckles. Everybody would love to see the animals in the wild. Unfortunately, there's no wild left. We as human beings destroy their natural habitat at the rate of 214,000 acres a day because we use too much paneling, plywood, toilet paper, and other things that come from the forest. Okay, and you wouldn't believe how much just candy is made from the forest. All of the Hershey chocolate products are made from the rainforest. Skittles and all that kind of stuff comes from the rainforest. So what we need to do is we need to be more buyer friendly and know the ingredients of what comes from the rainforest. And you're going to meet a very special little guy here in just a little bit that comes from the rainforest that was really losing his habitat really bad. Keep in mind, snakes, some people don't like snakes, but snakes are very, very, very important to our ecosystem because if we didn't have snakes that would eat rodents, the rodents would overpopulate, cause diseases, and then that would screw up the ecosystem. So snakes are extremely, extremely important. He's got like this staunch thing going on right now. All right, her name is Rosalie. She's a baby baboon and she's only 3 days old. Okay. Look at those ears. You see any resemblance? Alright, what anyway, boys and girls, this is a baboon. They come from Africa. They have them over in Asia and Japan, China. And they run loose in the streets, okay, because they've been pushed out of the jungle to the point that they're actually crawling around on buildings and eating out of the fruit markets, and they're a nuisance, and people are poisoning them because they don't have any jungle left to stay in. All right, there's several different kinds of baboons. Baboons are ground-dwelling primates, okay, and they're old world primates. Does anybody know the difference between an old world and a new world primate? Okay, old world primates either don't have a tail or they cannot use their tails. Okay, New World primates are prehensile tail. They can use their tails to climb with.
I got my 16 tail. When I'm 16, I'll fly.
All right, baby white tigers. All right, now how many of you think this is genetically made, or how many of you think this is natural?
Natural.
You're absolutely right, it's natural. The first white tiger was ever discovered in 1929 in the wild, okay? It's called a white gene, all right? It's carried by an orange tiger, and I'm gonna really confuse you on all this, okay? But it really doesn't mean a whole lot to you to be able to save tigers, all right? 2 orange tigers that carry a white gene are called heterozygous tigers. They were native in the wild, okay? So you have 1 in 1,000 chances that the heterozygous gene is strong enough to produce a white tiger. Okay, the first one was discovered in 1929. The last one was shot and killed by the order of our president of 1959. Okay, they shot its mom, its siblings, and everything else in order to capture the last remaining white tiger in the wild. They did not survive in the wild very well, obviously, because they couldn't hide. Nothing, everything saw them coming, so they had a hard time hunting. And then the native people would always poach these first because they thought they were religious, kind of like a white buffalo to the Indians are. Okay, so they used them for medical purposes. Now, the heterozygous gene went extinct in the last century. There will never be another white tiger in the wild.
Perfect.